According to this Instagram account, it's great to be straight. I mean, I would assume it's pretty great to not be discriminated against for your sexual orientation. Hey Spuds, how's it going? I hope you're well. It's Jamie. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another reaction response looking into something not very nice, but we're going to put a funny twist on it because, you know, why not? So on the suggestion of a couple of you suggested I should look into this specific straight pride Instagram account. I looked into this straight pride Instagram account, which is all about straight pride and being straight and how awesome it is to be straight and how straight is the only way. Being straight, everybody must be straight and straight people are the best. Now I've seen some of these kind of like straight pride accounts, like people campaigning and advocating for having straight prides and all of this stuff before. It's straight cis pride, and typically it's just kind of the narrative of, hey, LGBT plus people get a pride, so why as straight cis people do we not get a pride as well? Although ignorant, there's no malintent. It's not meant to be malicious. It's just like, oh, if we're talking about equality, equality is if everybody gets a pride. It doesn't work like that. LGBT plus people have pride for a reason, because there is a lack of rights and, you know, visibility and all of that stuff, so straight pride is not necessary. But if people are just like, then I'm not gonna brutally react. I don't brutally react, what am I talking about? I just laugh at things. But this particular account that I'm reacting to, responding to, talking about today is very different. Like just a little teensy smidge different. No, it's very different, it's horrible basically. Before I get into this, I'm a bisexual transgender man, but I have nothing against straight people. Even some of my best friends and my family members who I love are straight. I can't say that with a straight face. That pun was not intended. No, but seriously, this is not an attack on straight cis people at all. This is a response to a straight pride campaign that is also like heavily motivated by homophobia and transphobia. One of the first things you see when you go on this Instagram account, that's very tiny, it has a very small following. Apparently a bunch of people have already reported it, so there's a good chance by the time this video goes up it won't even exist anymore. It's still interesting to react to though, because it's obviously an opinion that people have. I think this might just turn into kind of like an anti-LGBT plus meme video though. Anyway, one of the first things that you'll see on their Instagram account is a link to a blog post that's questioning, is homosexuality natural? Au natural homosexuality. This blog post basically states there's no evidence for people being born gay and calling homosexuality immoral. Lovely, wonderful, horrible things. So firstly, there is this one about the danger of the human race going extinct if straight pride didn't exist. Straight pride because the human race will go extinct otherwise. I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but I'm just going to assume that they mean that if straightness didn't exist, then we would go extinct. It's not necessarily straight pride because I was not aware that straight people needed a pride to procreate. So let's just go with it actually being straight people needing to exist. But then what about straight trans people? Straight trans, oh, I guess they don't give a shit about trans people. Maybe what this meme is saying is that straight pride is showing pride in the straight people who are keeping this planet populated. I can just imagine the chance of that pride parade. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who should we be thankful for? 5, 6, 7, 8. The straights because they can procreate. Yes. That was terrible. Terrible enough, I could imagine it actually happening there. I'm also guessing this would mean an infertile straight person would not be welcome at their pride events if it's all about making babies. Then there is this fabulously fashion-forward hat, although it does kind of look like something I've seen before. Make America straight again. I was not aware that America was gay, or not straight, but I must have missed something. Congratulations, America, for coming out. You do not need to go back in that closet, no matter what any hat says. Here we have an example of painfully uncreative, unfunny transphobia. So bad, we can laugh at it. The classic fear-mongering of trying to paint trans women as predatory men who just want to waltz into women's spaces and be creepy. This is one of my personal favourite ones. I'm a proud supporter of the LGBT community. You know, the liquor, guns, bacon, Trump community. There's no commas. There needed to be commas between the liquor, guns, bacon, Trump community. Are these things meant to be identities or orientations, that kind of thing? Because if you're comparing it to the LGBT community as in lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, then you would suspect that those things would be orientations and identities. Either that or it's just a really bad joke that makes no sense. Do you know what makes me more frustrated than transphobia? Crap transphobia. At least try and do something that's a bit funny. Because if it's not funny, there is no hope of it being offensive. They're about a good half-decade late to the attack helicopter craze that wasn't even funny when it started. It wasn't even good back then, and it's still flying around. Get it flying? It's a helicopter. Okay. Holy well, this one's actually funny, like that kind of, they're using Star Wars to be homophobic. This boy was raised by two men. 32 years later, he blew up a planet. Still think it's okay for gay couples to adopt? But it was Palpatine's fault. Ammosexual. It wasn't a choice. I was born this way. Please respect my alternative lifestyle. Ammo pride. Ammo pride. I thought this was about straight pride. Or does this relate to the G? Is this like the guns in the LGBT thing earlier, like liquor, guns, bacon, Trump? The gun one, is that part of ammo pride? Why did the gays have to ruin the rainbow for everybody else? Is that the SpongeBob font? But they're so terrified of rainbows now and looking gay that they can't even bring themselves to draw a proper rainbow. Rainbows are only ruined by the LGBT plus community if you don't agree with the LGBT plus community. And if you don't agree, then you don't really deserve rainbows anyway. Love is love. Rainbows are rainbows. Thank a straight person today for your existence. Straight pride and 2 toilet door signs holding hands. Why? Like just a random straight person? Just go up to a straight person in the street like, thank you for my existence? Is every straight person now responsible for everybody else's existence? What if the straight person is younger than me? What if they're infertile? I just have so many questions. If I tell them I'm straight, will they still like me? Don't be ashamed of who you are. I mean, I agree with that bit. Don't be ashamed of who you are. I would be very surprised to find out if any straight person has actually thought that. What you want to do is replace the word straight with like homophobic or transphobic, and then it makes more sense, because it would be understandable that you might get called out or disliked by certain groups of people if you're discriminating against them. Straight pride. This is the way. The way what? The way to making the world's blandest flag. Is that really the straight pride flag? Just black on white stripes with shades of grey symbols. It looks like someone was so afraid of the rainbow they didn't want to use any colour. This one is like brilliant. This is one of the best on the page. There weren't that many. They are now representing genitals and relationships with seat belts. So, you know, like plain seat belts, the ones that go clip clip, you have the little demonstration of how to undo them and do them back up again and stuff like that. A no vote is a yes to real marriage. What's real marriage? Only one of these works. Only one of these is a real seat belt. They're all real seatbelts. Only one of these is a real marriage. It's biology, not bigotry. There's more than one way to make those buckles go together, and you could end up just tying them, you know, just like tie them up. Not that they need to go together, because I mean, we all know that seatbelts are for situations that could potentially be hazardous. They are to keep us safe when we're in situations where something could go wrong and it could be dangerous for us. It's not really a metaphor I'd want to relate to a relationship, to be honest. I'd rather just confidently know that my relationship didn't need a seatbelt. So yeah, those are all the things that I found to react to. There wasn't really that much on the page, like this, to be honest, this is like the best stuff. And then the rest of it was like Trump and guns. So I can see where the Trump and the guns come in their newfound LGBT community that they've redefined. Basically, the reason why straight pride isn't and shouldn't be a thing is because people are not actively discriminated against, fired, beaten up, harassed just for being straight. Whereas all those things have happened and do happen to people just for being gay or trans or bi or a sexual orientation that is not straight. Remember, rights are not like pie. One group of people can get more rights to match another group without that first group losing their rights. It doesn't work like this. That's a really, really bad representation. Basically, real world example, when gay marriage was made legal in the UK, for example, I think it was 2013, it did not suddenly become the case that straight people couldn't get married. Now gay people can get married in the UK, but straight people can still get married. Why is there a problem? So yeah, that is everything for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it could just give you a bit of a laugh, because like none of them were actually good enough to be offensive. That it was just, I had to react to this because they were so funny, because they were so bad. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could get a laugh out of it. If there's any other videos you would like to see from me or anything you would like to see me react to, leave it down in the comments below. If you like this video, think about giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure. And yeah, as always guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Much love. Bye.